Libra, hello my darlings, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the month of September 2022, or as always, whenever you find me is perfectly fine too. In either case, I do hope this reading finds you well. Now, I am still being drawn to use the Chakra Insight Oracle deck. This just gives us an overall theme, a little bit of an extra message. So for now, I'm still using it. So Libra, we have intuition. And the words on the card are trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. Now, I'm not sure if this is a recurring theme for you or whether it's a recurring theme for the collective. It's certainly a message that keeps coming up. To be honest, I actually feel like the people that are attracted to my readings are people that are kind of open to working with their intuition. They're people that maybe, have done a little bit more work in this arena. All right. Now, the energy that's coming in from the start at the start of the month, at the end of last month. So this could even be, I feel like this is more recent times, to be honest. This is from the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. We have the Nine of Cups. Now, I don't generally do reversals unless my guides, tell me to read it in reverse, which is what they've done with this particular fall of the card. So it's come out in the Nine of Cups has come out in reverse. Now, I won't get ahead of myself, but I feel like intuitively what may come through for us when we get into more cards, more meanings, is that you may have been feeling a little bit like you can't get a break. So the Nine of Cups, if it was up the right way, it's the idea of wish fulfillment, all this joy and wonderful things, great happiness, great abundance. And I feel like of recent times you feel a little bit lackluster. You feel like you're missing that spark, that that joyous, explosive love and heart and warmth and joy and abundance. I probably said joy like 3 times. Okay, now this could partly be the reason. So let's see what else is coming through, because we have the Devil. This is coming through as in the position of your month as a whole. I'll just see if I can get that focus in a little bit better for you. I'll turn it around this way. Now, normally if I take it right the way in, it will focus. Come on. Cameras, there we go. So we focus and then take it out. So we have this guy coming through. As I said, it is in the position of your month as a whole. So the Devil can sometimes be about breaking those bonds, freeing yourself from those cages. Can you see there are 2 people in those cages? And what we will find is going to be important as we move through the reading is to see that the doors of those cages are actually open. So sometimes we feel like we are being trapped by these limitations, by these potentially addictions, habits, patterns, bad things in our life that are not for our highest and best good. We feel like we are trapped by them, that we can't escape them. But in all reality, in all senses of the word, those doors are open to those cages. You can not very easily, it's obviously not easy to break these patterns, break these even sometimes maybe even limiting beliefs. Okay, that's a sense that's coming through very early. I don't normally talk through the cards this early, but that is what's coming through with this Nine of Cups, is it's almost this limiting belief of I don't have everything I want. I don't have what others want. There's definitely this sense of limiting belief coming through. So we will see what else is coming through. Now I'm doing less shuffling this time around, but I will take the cards that jump out. So we do have the Page of Cups. This is the next card out. There we go. So let's see what else is coming through for you. And as always, I have called in my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors who love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. The next card out is the Empress. So this is a lovely energy. Please don't be intimidated by that Devil card. If you're new to tarot, or some people, even if they're not new to tarot, still get a little bit overwhelmed or intimidated by the devil, only because of its name. Here we have the 10 of Cups. All right, Libra, this is looking much better. And I've got a sense of some things that might help us along the way here. We have the Justice card. So obviously, you know, this is you coming through, finding that balance, finding that karmic justice. That could really be what's going on for us here as well. And the next card out is the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So if you have, I am going to kind of jump in quite early here. If you have been feeling this, feeling like you're missing out, already the cards are telling me that this joy and abundance, this happiness, this happy family unit, this place of support and abundance, it's definitely literally on the cards for you. So we will see at how we can best get there. And as I said, there are some things that are coming through, but let me just pull out the rest of the cards. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. This card's actually, I feel like it's come out a couple of times, at least once anyway, in the other readings. We have the 10 of Wands. And the final card from the Tarot of Curious Creatures, if I forgot to introduce it, is the 8 of Swords. Okay. Now we may need to do some clarifying here with some of these cards, so we will see how it all goes. And before I jump in further, I'm going to get a final card from the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot as well. This is going to be the energy of, I guess, future potential energies moving us out of the month into what is to come for us. So let's have a look. We have the King of Wands. Okay. So what I do want to do is I want to talk about what was coming through as the cards were coming out. So as I said, I do feel like maybe this 9 of Cups is possibly some of you, and again, it's not going to be all of you, bearing in mind that the readings cannot resonate for everybody. So please, if it doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. But potentially other aspects of the reading may do. So keep watching and we'll see what comes out. But I feel like for some of you, you have been feeling like you've been missing out on this happiness. And what I want to say is that this 10 of Cups that's sitting on the top of this second row is actually in the position of inspirations. So I feel like you could do well to focus on what your 10 of Cups, what you want that to look like, okay? So what inspires you, or who inspires you, and I said that this to one of the other readings as well, with this same card in the same position. I've been getting a lot of this month is a lot of the cards are similar, but even more than that, a lot of the cards are coming up in exactly the same positions. So I may be able to go back, I'll pop it in the comment as to which sign that was with the 10 of Cups in this position. Because similar thing, what I said to them is there someone that you can look to in your life that has this 10 of Cups? I'm pretty sure it was the 10 of Cups. Apologies if I've got it wrong, but if I have got it right, as I said, I'll pop it in the comments. But who can you look at in your life? And they don't have to be people that you know. They could be people that you look up to. They could be mentors. They could be people in the public eye, though I'm always a little bit cautious because, you know, the world as it is, everyone paints a really beautiful picture of their world, don't they? And sometimes it's not entirely accurate. But it's this idea of being inspired by someone or people who have this joy and abundance, this happiness that you desire. All right. So it's asking you to focus on how you can bring that intention into your life, how you can turn this 9 of Cups from upside down into the right way up, okay, into that wish fulfillment, into that happiness, that joy, that overflowing of abundance and joy, if you will. I will leave it upside down. I don't like doing that, but that's the way it came out. I'm being told to leave it that way for some reason, so there may be, we may come back to it for some reason. Okay. So as I said, using this Ten of Cups as a leading inspiration, look to these people who've got that. The other side of that is this Ten of Pentacles. And again, similar thing, like where can you look to, because this is in the position of how we can best support ourselves this, this month. So it's about looking at, almost about looking at what you actually already have. So I feel like for some of you, if you've got stuck in maybe a negative patterning, a negative belief pattern that is telling you that you don't have enough, all right, that you've missed out, that you haven't got to that happy place that you see others in, that if that is a negative patterning for you, there's, maybe look to ways that you can change that, but also acknowledging what you do have. And what you might find is that once you actually pare it back, you might, and see through these delusions, see through, and we've had the Eight of Swords here as well, which I'll get to in a moment, but see through this delusion, these illusions that you don't have enough, you will actually find that you've got a really good support. You've got a great, even if it's, some people get really held up on the idea of pentacles as finances. So the sense of the message coming through is you may not be like flush in terms of, money in the bank or money in your wallet, but what you do have is you have this really solid family support. You have this, you have a safe home. And so it's an invitation really for you to remember and focus on what you do have and maybe not what you're missing out on at the moment. This is only going to be temporary, this Nine of Cups in reverse kind of feeling, because I feel like for you, there is an indication that, this Justice card in the middle, this is about karmic justice. This is about the rights being wronged. And I get the sense that some of you are kind of sitting in this place of, well, it's not fair. I'm a good person. I deserve all these good things. So I feel like for some of you, that could be some of the patterning, some of the limiting beliefs that maybe you might want to look at, because I feel like that's almost stopping you from achieving this true happiness and abundance of the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, because we've also got this Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is very much a little bit left out in the cold, a little bit in terms of finances, resources, support even. This is feeling unsupported. This is feeling out in the cold. And this is in the position of relationships. So for some of you, this feeling unsupported could very well be in terms of relationships. Some of you, it may be purely financial resources. But yeah, definitely this idea of looking at the Ten of Pentacles, looking at what you do have, really focusing on that. Now, I do want to I've mentioned the Eight of Swords as well. I am jumping all over the place a little bit, but I'm kind of just following the thread. I'm following the story that's coming through intuitively, so I just have to go with it, really. So this Eight of Swords also tells me, now when I was talking about the idea of the devil before, and I mentioned delusions, illusions, the Eight of Swords is very much that idea of almost imagined concerns. So again, it's a very consistent message that's coming through for you. You are imagining things to be a lot worse than they are. You're neglecting to see your strength. You're neglecting to see that you are this incredibly strong and powerful and brave and witty and intelligent, in this case, horse, who is sort of bound up by their own, it's like they've got themselves into this position, and they've lost sight of who they truly are. Because we know, and I say this a lot about this particular card, we know that horse can very easily break free of those ropes, take that blindfold off, and just kind of kick a couple of those swords out of the way. Because sometimes these fears and anxieties and worries, we make them up in our mind to be bigger than they actually are. So again, this is kind of leaning into that limiting belief of the devil, leaning into this woe is me kind of feeling of the Five of Pentacles, leaning into this I'm missing out, there's something I'm not getting. And to be honest, I feel like what I said before about the Justice card, it's this sense of, well, I'm a good person, I deserve good things to come in. And absolutely, you do. So I feel like it's actually been a really hard road for some of you. I feel like some of you are like really at the end of your tether and you're like, nah, that's it. I've had enough. Like, seriously, when will I be given a break? Now, you will, all right? As I said, with this Justice card, this is the balancing of the scales. This is things being righted karmically. This is where you will be receiving that balance, that where things are going to come right, where things are going to fall into place, where things are going to resolve in you meeting and getting to this place of 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Now, obviously, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. This could, this is a reading for the month of September. It could happen in September. Things can happen very quickly when we make mindset changes. Things can turn on a dime. So really, like if I look at this 9 of Cups upside down, like it literally takes me a second to turn it up the right way. And I know that's just a card that I'm doing it with, but once we get to whatever it is that's limiting those beliefs, what is keeping this 9 of Cups upside down, we can kind of, it's almost like rebooting a computer. We can go in, reboot the computer and, get rid of all the glitches, all the faults in the system. And then when we turn it on, it's going to work perfectly again. I will say with this insight card as well, I feel like some of you are saying to me, how will I know what these limiting beliefs are? I've spoken about some of them, but I also feel like you may want to get some intuitive guidance on that as well. I'll just see if I can focus that because it's when it's right back there, it just looks like a burst of light, which is great. We love a burst of light. But if we can see here, it's really showing that you are a light body. You're made of light. And because we are made of light, we are one with Source. So any wisdoms that we are looking for, needing, we can, and I make it sound very easily, we can just easily tap into Source. And really, it is that easy. I love when it comes back here because it just looks like this explosion of light. I just want to keep doing that. Whee! All right. Sorry. Okay. What else have we got going on, my darling Libras? So there's not much I haven't really spoken about. We've got the Page of Cups. This is in the position of something unexpected or a surprise. This could be an offer of love for some of you, or a new romance. I feel like it's, I don't really feel like it's a forever, I feel like this could just be a bit of fun, a bit of making you feel that joy again. So the other thing too is if you've forgotten how to feel this 9 of Cups joy, sometimes you might just need to be reminded. You might just need someone who has a different point of view to remind you to come in and how to tap into that joy again, how to be youthful again. The pages are about youthful, being inquisitive, being excited. So there may be this energy that's coming in toward you. As I said, it could be a bit of a romance, a date or a couple of dates with someone. It could even be a young person that's in your life that comes in and shows you this new sense of joy that maybe you had forgotten, all right? The Empress is in the position of how we can say grounded and focused this month as well. For some of you, there could be some creative processes that you're wanting to undertake this month. You might use something creative to help you to stay grounded. So whether that is, well, it could be anything creative, anything in the arts. So it could be painting, drawing, writing poetry, playing music. The other thing that is coming through, obviously this Empress, as well as being about creation, she's also very much a nurturing, mothering energy. And what I feel like is that, because this is really how you can stay grounded, all right? So I feel like you often have this mothering energy towards other people, but sometimes you forget how to nurture and mother yourself. So this is one of the messages that's coming through with this particular card in this position, is that can you take some time to nurture and mother yourself, all right? Now, I do want to say for some of you, this Ten of Wands is sitting in the position of career and finances and resources. So for some of you, you might be at the end of a long, hard journey, potentially, to do with your career, your job, what it is you do from, day to day, all right? So whether that's, whether you're retired, whether you're doing voluntary work, whether you're a parent, whether you're working in a particular industry, I feel like you are potentially coming to the end of an aspect of that. Now, what this means is that this could open up, a new start for you. But also do remember too that moving forward, that you may need to take this time to rest and recuperate and nurture and mother yourself, give yourself that loving space before you jump into anything straight away, okay? If you can take a break, I feel like that's what is kind of being called and being asked with this particular message. This Eight of Swords that I did speak about before, I should have mentioned this is an extra message that's basically coming through from your guides, from your higher self, from source, however you'd like to interpret that, but it's a higher level message that's coming through. So it really does kind of put a lot of weight on that message of working with this idea of limiting beliefs, false entrapment, okay? Even when I talked about that devil before, and I said you can just walk out of those cages because the doors are open. There is this sense, see if I can get that to focus again. There is this sense of false entrapment, okay, where you think you are trapped by a situation, but you're actually so free. You think that you're missing out, but you can very easily turn that around because the karmic justice is coming in, and you have absolutely every potential to reach that 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, joy, abundance, security, stability, groundedness, all the great stuff, really. The King of Wands is the only card I haven't really touched on here. This is the energy that is potential energy moving forward. So you could be moving forward into a place where you start to feel super confident, super inspired and brave, possibly even very attractive, all right? So if this is a bit of a flirty, romantic energy, there could be this King of Wands energy that is coming towards you, or as I said, that could be you as well. So moving forward into that place of being bold, being brave, being passionate, okay? All right, my darling Libra. I do hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do like, share and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you really soon. All right, my friends. Bye-bye.